What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Redemption 46 Studios. I'm Nick.
I'm Keith.
Jerk me da.
Y'all already know the vibes, man. We back into the BU. Young Forever. I forget what album this is on. Because the thing with the BU stuff too is that like I like the progression we were moving at, as far as like kind of starting from album 1 to 2 and kind of going on. But yeah, we can jump right into this. Like I said, this is another episode of the BU for real. So keep that in mind while we reacting.
2.
What was I doing in 2015?
I was thinking the same shit.
Me and my baby mom.
What was that? 4/12? April 12th?
heavy.
Was it April 12th? April 21st?
The freshman in college.
Because that was the day after my birthday.
Freshly split.
Oh, you was
in a
somewhere.
new relationship.
I was somewhere probably.
Or Zooter.
My birthdays have been kind of shitty, so probably not.
In 2015?
Shit, for the last 20 years, they've been shitty. No, last year was cool.
관객들의 표정은 어땠던가 그래도 행복해는 이런 내가 됐어 누군가 소리치게 만들 수가 있었어 제가 쉽지 않은 영혼들을 품에 안고 집도 downtown 빈 무대에 섰을 때 downtown 빈 무대에 섰을 때 흔한 공허함에 난 겁을 내 복잡한 감정 속에서 삶의 사서 위에서 그 실이 난다 moving 척을 해 처음도 아닌데 익숙해질 법한데 숨기려 해도 그게 안돼 텅 빈 무대가 식어갈 때쯤 객석을 뒤로 지금 나 외로워하네 완벽한 세상은 없다고 자신에게 말해놔 점점 날 비워가네 언제까지 내 거예요 순 없어 큰 박수가 제가 이런 내게 말을 해 뻔뻔히 네 목소리를 높여 더 멀리 영원한 관계는 없대도 난 노래할 거야 오늘의 나로 영원하고파 영원히 소년이고 싶어 나 나는 꽃잎 사이로 헤매어 달리는 mirror 내보자 다치고 아파도 끝없이 달린 내 꿈을 향해
Nice layering.
나리는 꽃잎들 사이로
beautiful shot.
피어 달린 내 힘으로 넘어져 다치고 아파도 끝없이 달린 내 꿈을 향해
Nice.
Oh nah, bro.
That shit was beautiful.
Nah. It's a rap.
You know I like me some
a rap,
angst.
bro.
Can you play a low?
Yeah. It's a rap. This got it.
The only thing I wanted more from the video. Like the song is great. I felt like the video was cool.
Well,
It was great. Like
can
the video
guarantee
was
the track
great,
is
but I
longer.
felt like it was lacking something.
It all referenced all the previous videos from
The BU.
the BU that's on this album. So what was it? HYYH and Run, I Need You. You literally see all the flashbacks to everything like that. It's dope how they, whatever the fuck they was trapped in. Why is that even a thing? Is that jail? Like what the
It's a maze, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a crazy ass maze just to be out, you know, with gates. You know what I'm saying? Usually you see it built with something else. That's why I like it's kind of weird. But you definitely
Probably just symbolism.
yeah.
Like trying
I'm
to
pretty sure
navigate
just
through
being
life.
stuck in the maze. Yeah.
Could be a budget thing too.
Well,
No,
this
not
a
at this
this a
point.
pretty big budget. You see how nice this shit look and clear, and then especially that shots would look like a tarmac or a flight line or something.
Yeah, that was nasty.
So that was pretty smooth. I like it. I like it. I'll stand by my statement before this video.
This was a great song. I still think the video wasn't hitting too much for me, but the song it got everything I like from BTS. You know, the bars, the angst, the catchy hook, you know. I feel like there wasn't enough Jimin. Right? Am I crazy, or was he really wasn't on
He
this?
was utilized a lot.
I was like, you didn't listen.
I must have not
Well, not
listened,
visually,
yeah.
but
Yeah,
maybe,
you wasn't
I
listening
don't think
'cause-
visually, but I can hear all the harmonies and just his back vocals and other stuff going on.
He
This
needs to
is,
be
like
more
I said,
prominent.
this is the layering and the harmony.
right
I was
there.
asking
And
for.
there.
Jimin right there.
And there.
And there.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
I guess
and
I
there.
stand corrected.
Just say you want him to be the whole video.
he should have been more prominent. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I want you to write him the love letter already, bro.
I already did. I emailed him like 3 times.
I bet.
He's allowed to have snap over his bias.
He's just mad because my bias is the best in the group. That's all.
So Keith, how you feel? Man?
Okay, that was yeah. No, I thought the video was cool. I like the symbolism of the maze. Just kind of being or growing up in that midway point between teen and adulthood, or young adult and adulthood, where you kind of navigate through life. You kind of, and with the gate, you can kind of see where you want to go, but you just can't get there. And it was kind of like, once they got out and they were free, they kind of, started repeating the hook. We're young forever. We're going to enjoy our time. We're no longer locked into this maze of life.
Damn, that's a good shot.
It has a dope shot. We're going to do what we want to do because we're going to be young forever. That's the mind state that they have. And even when at this point, they cut out the harmony and almost made it into a chant. And I love that part because it seems like, you could take 7 people and do a harmony and it sounds like one voice, but when you make it into a chant, it sounds like now you have the entire army repeating or not even repeating, but singing along with them. It feels way more full.
When it's a chant, so it's literally harmonies, you done layered it,
Yeah.
EQ and mastered it. Chant, they all in the booth at the same time going off, or at least is, what I'm saying, like that. That's what I get from that. Which is that's definitely a dope moment. And I like how Sugar started off and was kind of like saying no fan lasts forever. You know what I'm saying, like that. We could just hold on
spitting
for a moment or whatever like that. I think that's kind of symbolizes what's going on. And shout out to all Army in general, but I wonder how it felt for like 2015 or 2016 Army kind of going into this album and Wings and just seeing them.
Probably felt really relieving because it's really hard, especially. I don't really know any artists at my age because I always listen to older stuff. At my age, that I felt like I can put on a song and felt exactly what they were feeling in that song at that time. Kids probably put this on. It was like, yo, this is exactly how I'm feeling at this time. Actually, there was a song that Stain made called For You, where you pretty much, he was talking about being locked inside his head, not being able to say things to his parents that he wanted to say. Like, you made me, but now you always giving me shit. You're not really being a parent to me. That was maybe the only song that I could think of at that time, but it was nothing like this. It was never a movement like this. These guys are a movement.
Shit, I've been feeling tracks since Jump came out. I've been feeling like I can relate this.
but this is in hindsight though. This is not like at the time. I won't even say at the height of the powers, but during the Grand Rising, Kings. You know what I mean? Where you're a part of that wave as it's building. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that had to be a crazy feeling, yo.
Yeah, I was a part of the Jump Wave.
And with this though, like, it's funny because the album's called The Most Beautiful Moment of Life. The album's called The Most Beautiful Moment of Life, and it's literally focused on the young adulthood, pretty much.
Wow.
16
that just clicked in my head. It's like every song is like a very specific moment when you're a teenager.
And it's going through that. And that's why I think this album, I'll just say it's my favorite.
I love
because
concept
every
albums.
song I'm hearing from this now, it hits at a certain point, And it's nostalgic, and it's also kind of like melancholy because now it makes me think back to that point where I was. I'm the same. I'm like,
but that's why it be throwing me off because this ain't the music I think you like. So it's
really,
yeah. Is this the music you think he like?
This ain't no more dream.
That's why it's like throwing me through a ringer. Like I definitely
It's
get
also
the whole
a little angsty too.
Yeah, so it's throwing me
I
through a ringer.
like.
It's like
so
passive aggressive.
I think you might not know like everything that I like, and that's probably.
I think we've reacted to over 300 videos or something crazy. I think we
so
know what you.
it's-
I think we know what you like.
I feel like it's been songs like that. I
feel
like
like
Deja
I
Vu.
do, but
I
I
fucking
don't.
love that song.
Sometimes I do, but I don't.
Nah, I love that song. Like,
No, I'm talking about like with the whole like trying to like get your vibe.
So like we could put something on for Jared. I know Jared gonna fuck with this. I don't know if we could do that with you, unless it's Dreamcatcher.
Even then, they got songs that I don't like, but you know, I think first of all, if the vocals right, that's kind of it. But this is, it touches on something because I'm not an emotional person naturally, so I listen to music to express my emotions or kind of like deal with them like that. This is music that I can listen to kind of go through some shit. That's why I said like, what I Need You, RM verse probably like my favorite verse from him in general because what he was talking about really touched on how I felt before. Run, I felt like that before, especially when they got the alternate mixes of those two songs. They really hit it on the nail because now the music, because even though the regular beats are in production is great, but it's something about them alternate mixes, how somber it is or kind of melancholy. I can feel that. So when I
put
need
you into
something,
a mode of contemplation.
I guess that's probably what's throwing me off. Probably just because this is definitely an era for them that's more in the One Direction. Sometimes not so much JB, Justin Bieber, depending where it's at. But this is
Don't
very
invoke
much
that name.
That's very much leaning
This
in
is
the
definitely
direction.
a One Direction type
Yeah,
song.
like and I know you don't bang with those type of
I
artists.
just think I've never heard anything from them that sounded like this.
I can play you an album. I can play you an album or two, and not so much the content. The content is definitely
See, that's the thing, though. That's the thing. It's
the
all
content
connected.
isn't hitting. It's hard to because some of this content is really not dark, but really
It's some serious subject matter, like
serious subject matter.
It's good coming of age shit.
And people
I
touch
love
some of the
coming of age stuff. Like,
and people touch some of the coming of age stuff. I just think BTS did a perfect job with handling it differently as far as like not being afraid to talk about certain things.
Stuff, yeah.
Because now it's a climate where everybody talk about whatever the fuck they want.
And you can tell some people are faking the funk too and using it as kind of like, this is my personality, which you do what you got to do to get by, but I like genuine shit. And sometimes, you know me, sometimes it comes off as pretense or whatever like that, but I'm very much not. I'm real. I just don't like no fake shit. And I won't bullshit y'all or anything like that. So with them, all the songs that I've heard so far from this album, the first one was Bapsay. With Silver Spoon, you know what I'm saying? That's talking about how, you know, just kind of like the standards in Korea or how older people treat them, or, you know, just kind of look at the generations and everything like that. That's something I could relate to. I think what also makes it tougher for me, or makes it hit harder for me, is that since I'm 29 now, I'm getting ready to go into a new stage in life. This hits harder because now I'm looking back to my years at this age and was like, damn, I really was going through the motions. I really didn't enjoy a lot. Nigga, I got married at 19, got divorced at 23, had a kid, jumped into another relationship. You know what I'm saying? Just everything going like that. I didn't really get to enjoy that. Partially my fault, or you know what I'm saying? But I had other things that contributed to that too. So music like this hits because I'm like, damn, that was some of the most beautiful time. Or
so you was fighting demons and the music is talking to you.
Exactly. So I really feel this shit.
Welcome to my life.
That's all you had to say. My fault. Then.
Oh, no, yeah. That's why.
Then that's just it. And
but overall, just not even from like on a music level, this shit sounds great.
Nah. And that's
I love
why
the nostalgic feeling it gives me.
And that's why we had them conversations before where it's like sometimes outside of logic, if something is just kind of touching your soul, it's touching your soul. Mm-hmm. Obviously, they're talented enough where it's like nothing is wrong with the music at all. It's just preference and stuff. But it's almost like the whole thing I was telling you before about Dynamite, where it's just like, maybe I sound crazy, but it's one of my favorite songs from them. And then you'll be like, why? It's because when you're at a moment in time and that shit click with you, ain't nothing nobody really can tell you I can't sit here and tell you like that shit. You're wrong and that shit don't slap.
Right.
Because like fuck whatever feelings you was going through in 2013.
Yeah.
It's just like it's retarded.
Yeah.
Or just it's probably politically incorrect to use. But it's just like
I probably can't say that
like
anymore.
that shit is stupid. So nah, if it hits you, then it hits you. But as far as the music video and everything goes and stuff like that, I love how everything is shot. I love with BTS in general. I always say kind of like 2 or 3 frames in itself can almost tell an entire story. Obviously, most of this is harkening back to everything that was already talked about in the BU. The maze thing is actually brilliant. I know, Jerick, you said it seemed like the budget wasn't there. Sometimes just something. Because, well, first off, that's not simple to do.
I was about to say, these shots look great.
Well, no, just even setting up the maze, I'm pretty sure was something where there's a lot of fence and a lot of shit.
And that's what I was, I'm like, yo, did they set this up or was this already there?
It looks very much practical, and I wouldn't be surprised if like someone set that up. I'm pretty sure someone's going to hashtag Redeemers and tell us it's a behind the scenes for this. These shots are beautiful. Just the story behind some of the shots and stuff. That was one of the best K-pop shots I seen. That behind the head, it was a tight wide. It's a mid shot wide, but you see all the other members and shit, and it's rapping and it's doing that Black Panther kind of
intern,
like it's on a gimbal basically, and it's doing.
But it
like
wasn't just the camera; it was also him.
Yeah. So like this is really dope. This is really dope.
Message.
This is another one of those instances where it's just like at reacting and doing things for BTS is really, really hard. Just because it seems like the proper way, honestly, to do everything is really just to take each album, react to every single song on the album, and go from there. But the way time is set up, we can't. That shot is fucking god tier.
I mean, maybe at one point we can.
Yeah, at some point, I will speak to intentions. We'll be able to do whatever we
jobs
do
and do this
long term.
Yeah.
But it's like, damn. Cause what album did we stop when we were doing like it felt like an album review for everything?
I think the third one.
No, that was See You Later or Are You Late, something like that.
Yeah,
what was the third one? What's the third album?
School. Don't give me the line.
No.
Did we finish everything off of that one?
Was Dark in at the second or third? Y'all gonna eat us up in the comments.
No, you're not, because we about to find it right here. They get
What'd you say?
summer.
It's dark and hell is hot? Is that what you was about to say?
No,
you Dark and Wild is
Dark
the
and
fourth
Wild.
album.
Okay, that's
School
the
of
fourth.
Affairs the third one, and then Are You Late too is the one we was with We On, Coffee, Attack on Bangtan, or Bantan, and we and No.
And no.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Did we do Dark and Wild though?
I feel like we.
What was on that album?
Danger, War, Hormone. Yeah.
Jump and War
Let me
Hormones
know.
Is
we
Jump
can do
on
that
there?
one. No, not on this one.
What's the next album after that?
Jump is on School of Affair.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
School of Affair is Boy in Love, Just One Day.
2013.
2014, May 2014. You know, Apple Music, like they updated, so like it's different.
And I know sometimes music may drop one time, but the album came out another time and everything else and stuff.
Because they changed, like these album covers didn't change since I downloaded shit, so it's not the same. But yeah,
just especially with the BU stuff, because technically speaking, the stuff from Wings and everything is on there. I honestly think we should react to whatever we probably reacted to.
Go back through to revisit.
Not so much as a revisit, but it's just like now look at it with different eyes on. It's just like, you know, we may have watched Blood, Sweat, and Tears or something the first time, but now on some BU shit.
Yeah, I think we owe it.
Is that in the BU?
To the
Blood, Sweat, and Tears?
Redeemers and patrons?
I believe everything on that Wings album is connected. They said it stops at it stops after that.
Especially
because we were corrected, I think, like you said on when we was like, they was like on ain't connected.
It just references.
They said it references, and they got like little cool little like winks.
What about Film Out? Because that was one of the first times I heard about the BU.
Film Out. I think maybe the last one or something like that. Like
and that's recent.
Literally, yeah, because that's recent.
2020.
Yeah, so I think that's like the last one, if I'm not mistaken. I got the whole joint over there.
That makes sense.
But hashtag Redeemers, let us know if y'all don't want us to waste our time and they be like, we're not trying to see Blood, Sweat, and Tears and none of that again. I'll play Blood, Sweat, and Tears 5
I think we
times.
could, like I said, y'all know how we do. We not just reactors, so we.
No, I consider us analysts. Yeah. I consider us analysts, but
K-pop analysts.
So, holla at y'all. Big butt I had. Sarange.
Peace.